Hello guys, this is Sahid and you're watching Learning English with Sahid. So today I'm back with another new video and today's video as you can see we are discussing on how to communicate. We're gonna discuss how to become a fluent speaker in English and how to speak English efficiently. So today we have a special guest with me to just communicate. So before getting delay, let's meet to our guest. Mehnaz, how are you?
I am fine, sir. Thank you for asking. And you?
I've been under the weather for a few days. As you can see, you can listen my voice. So, but yeah, I'm enough energetic to like communicate with you. So, thank you for asking. So, Mehnaz, as we are meeting for the first time on my YouTube channel, so I would like you to introduce yourself in front of our audience, our family members who are watching, so they can also know about yourself.
Good morning, sir. And good morning, guys. At first I want to say that thank you for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself. I am Mihnaz Boiddo from Canning. Now I am 20 years old, and I am also NEET aspirant from Physics Wala, and I am a hosteler. When I did in class 9, this time my hostel life is starting, and now it's continuing. My hostel life is the best life in my life. There have lots of memories. And now I prepare for NEET exam from Physics Wala, and I want to be a good doctor in future, and also establish a nursing home where I treatment everyone and stand up poor people by providing medicine. It's my wish, and I have a little and lovely family. There are 4 members in my family. My father is businessman and my mother is a housewife, and my brother who is in class 3. And my favorite fruit is mango. My favorite color is black, and my favorite place is Newtown. Also I like to see beach. And also at last I said to that I have a dream bike that is Royal Enfield. So that's all about of me.
So, as you are a student of NEET, so why did you choose that I want to be like a doctor in future? Why did you choose that?
You know that our society male doctor is available, but I want to be a gynecologist. So, but female doctor less amount of, and many male person who thought that his wife or his sister not check up for male doctor. So I think that if I would be a doctor, so it helpful for our society's female person. So it I think that I want to be a female. I want to be a gynecologist, and also it I like so much, so I choose this profession.
Okay, that's great mindset to have because you want to serve our society. Yeah, obviously, as you said, there are a lack of female doctors when I talk about. So as your interest is just to serve our society, and also yeah, this is your interest, and I feel when your passion becomes your profession, that will help you more because you
Yes,
are
sir.
connected, you are interested towards that particular field, and you are doing that particular thing. So that time you can't become bored while doing that because you also interested towards these things. Yeah, obviously, and I also appreciate your mindset. You want to do something for our society. Yeah, I like that. So as you said, you want to be a doctor in your future. So and you are learning English language. So what do you think? What is the importance of this language? Nowadays.
Yes, sir. I want to learn spoken English because it is our international language and also a universal language. So I want to know this language. Also, when I want to be a doctor, this time if I don't know this language, so I face many problems to conversation with my patient or other person. So I think it must need for me. And also when I go outside from West Bengal, this time many problem we face. If we know, if we don't know this language, like we don't conversation other person. So I think that it must need for me. So I interested also I interested this language. So I learned this language.
Great, great. Like, yeah, obviously, as you said, it's an international language, and as you said, you want to be a doctor. So, as a doctor, that time is very much needed to have this language. You have to communicate, you have to speak. You can't say that as a doctor, I will only speak in Hindi, in Bengali, whatever our native language is. So at that time, English is very important. Like you need to communicate with your patient. Like if your patient is from outside of your state, outside of India, because
Yes,
we as we are living in West Bengal. So in West Bengal, we can speak in English. Sorry, we can speak in Bengali because it's our mother tongue. And if you go outside of your own state, you have to speak. You have to switch your own language, which is Hindi. You have to speak in Hindi outside of West Bengal. And India, India has lots of states, so they have their different native language. So it's not very easy to know every native language at the same time. So that time I think English plays a very major role to just uh, communicate with that people. And yeah, obviously as you said, if you want to go outside of India, that time this is the one language you can connect. So their Bengali will be useless, Hindi will be useless if you are going outside of your country. So yeah, obviously. So when did you start learning this language? When did you start learning this language?
at first I saw ad in Facebook. This time I think I thought that I joined this center, but I don't know properly this date, but maybe 2 months complete in this coaching I joined.
So you have been doing the classes for like 2 months. So when you started for the first day, what was your state that time? What was the situation that time? Like regarding your speaking, could you speak that time?
No, sir, I don't speak English language, so I joined this coaching. First day when I joined this coaching, I don't talk anything in English. So I feel afraid. But few days after, I feel happy because slowly I earn my slowly I earn this language. And when now I am not a good speaker, but I can fluently speak. So now I am so much happy. And if we want to a good speaker, then we need a group or practice must need we. So we have a group. There have my lots of friends in this group. We practice every day there, and many types of like uh, normal conversation, debate, or any normal conversation, debate, or many types of practice we we do. So I think that if we practice too much, then we improve our spoken English.
Yes,
And also,
obviously. It just
I want to say thank you, my sir, and also my friend circle. If if they do not help me, we can't this. You said they support me, so I can this.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously, earlier you didn't have the environment, now you have that environment. So it will be very easy to learn. Not easy, if you can put your hard work, if you can, give your patience, dedication, if you can practice on a consistent way, definitely. It's just a language. Like we need to understand how we learned Bengali language. So if I ask you, Can you speak Bengali? The answer is yes. You can
Yes.
speak Bengali. So how did you learn Bengali? If I ask you that, how did you learn Bengali? How did you learn Bengali?
It's our mother language, and also we, when start our childhood life, this time we listen this language, and we we stay in our environment, so we can easily speak.
Yes, yes, that's the most important thing. We listen and we have the environment. We listen and we have the environment. So you will not gonna start speaking at once. At first, you need to listen. You need to listen your elders, your family members, your friends. Like as you said, since your childhood, you have been listening. You have been listening English, and most important thing is observation. You need to first observe whatever you are listening, the content you are consuming in your child days. So at first, the practice comes, which is listening and observing others. That is most important thing. So then you started speaking. Slowly but steadily you start speaking. And you made lots of mistakes, you made lots of efforts also. But ultimately now you can speak Bengali very easily, very fluently. Because you never read any books, you never did any kind of, course to speak Bengali. Why? Because already you have the environment. So most important thing is not doing a course. Most important thing is having the environment where just you can speak that language. Just you need to speak that language. So for that you need an environment. You need a surrounding. You need some practice partners. And earlier you didn't have. Now you have that partners with whom you can just express your thoughts. You can just speak this language, any language, not only Bengali, not only Hindi. Suppose your mother tongue is not Hindi, right? Your mother tongue is Bengali. So can you speak Hindi? Can you speak Hindi?
No, no, something I say, but properly not say because I have no
Yes.
practice. So, but I
And
understand
can you
Hindi language.
understand? Yes. How did you started understanding? How did you started understanding English language? Sorry, Hindi language. How? Because you have listened or you have been listening. You have been watching Hindi movies, Hindi songs, listening. Because of listening, that's why now you can understand and you can speak little bit. The most important thing, first thing is listening and observing others. Whatever, like if you are watching a movies, then just try to observe how they are saying, how they are expressing their thoughts, how they are communicating to each other. Then try to apply in your daily life. Try to apply that. Until only listening is not gonna work for you. Listen and then apply in your daily life. That is most important thing. And as you said, environment. Sometimes we have the environment, sometimes we don't have. So what we can do, we can't wait. We can't wait for the miracle to happen. Like we can't say that someone will give me the environment, then I will start speaking. No, you can't change your surrounding. You can't change your society. What can you do? At least you can change your own habits. You can create your own environment. How? Like you prefer watching Hindi movies, you prefer watching Bengali movies. So what should you can do? You can do at least you can switch your habits from Bengali or Hindi to English. Before you were watching Bengali movies, Hindi movies, now you're gonna start watching English movies so that your habits and all the routines you are following before need to change. I'm not saying stop speaking Bengali language, stop listening Bengali. No, yes, Bengali is our mother tongue. You have to respect first Bengali language because that is your source, that is your base. But nowadays English is the need of this hour. English is the most crucial language for anything, for getting a job, for personality development, for everything. You need to learn this language. So that time you need to give your mind some content, which is kind of English. Now we need to switch our content, whatever we are listening or watching in our daily life, right?
Right. Yes, sir. I have a question. When we are practicing, this time we face many problems. So how solve it? How can we solve this?
Yes, yes. So at first you need to understand what kind of problem you are talking about. First problem is like thinking. Thinking is the first problem. Like when we gonna speak English, we got stuck. We started fumbling because our mind is trained. Our mind is trained to think in Bengali. One thing you need to understand while you are trying to speak Bengali, are you thinking in English? Are you thinking in Hindi? No, you
No,
are thinking in Bengali.
English.
So
Sorry, Bengali.
just tell me, whenever you are trying to speak English, are you thinking in English or you are thinking
No,
in your native language?
native language. Then thinking English.
Yes, then you are trying to translate. The most
Yes.
important thing is you need to think in English while speaking English language. That is the first and that is the most important problem, most dangerous, I would say, because because of this problem we are getting stuck while gonna speak English. The most important thing is you need to change. You need to start thinking in English while trying to speak that language. Yeah, I'm not saying that in 1 days or 2 days you're gonna start thinking in English. No, it will take time. It will take time, but you have to have some patience. Like you need to practice on a consistent way. You have to be curious about learning this language and start practicing and trying to enjoy your process. And one thing I feel that you need to set a target. Until you set a target, there is a chance you may divert it, you may distract it. So first you need to set a target that I have to speak this language. Then start practicing, keep working hard. And as you said, the problem, first problem is thinking. You need to start thinking in like English. Suppose when we start the conversation. So at first you said that good morning, thank you. So have you thought? Have you thought? In Bengali while saying thank you, good evening? No. Why?
No.
No, because you have been practicing. You have been keep saying these words for a long time. That's why these words, when we use thank you, good evening, good morning, we feel more comfortable. Like we feel that it is kind of Bengali language. It's like cup of tea for me. I can use anytime. I can use anywhere. I never feel like getting stuck or fear of like judgment, anything. Yeah. Second point is fear of judgment. That is the most dangerous point. When like we love ourselves most, we love everyone. Everyone loves their self. Most important thing is when we gonna speak in front of someone, we feel like if I make any mistakes, so what that person will gonna think about myself, this and that. Your mind is always thinking. You are putting too much pressure in your mind. So that time you can't express your thoughts clearly, fluently, because already you are thinking so many things. So your mind is not free that time. So you need to understand whatever you are doing. Suppose you are learning English language. Are you doing any crime? Are you committing any crime or any offense? No, right?
No.
You are doing something good. You are trying to develop a skill. So When we try to do something new, when you start doing anything, you can make mistakes. It's normal thing. So that time you need to ignore that negative voices which may affect your practice, affect your fluency. Because if you give too much attention to them or towards that kind of negative people or a negative person, that time you can focus in your practice. You may get diverted. So just you need to understand that I'm not doing anything bad. I'm learning something new. So in a process of learning, anyone can make mistakes. So I'm not the different one. I have not come from a different world. So I have to also make mistakes, and by my mistakes, from my mistakes, I can learn lots of things. I can become a fluent speaker. I can achieve the target which I have said before. So you need to understand which is good for you. Like suppose for the betterment of my own progress, if I need to ignore that person, I have to ignore. I will ignore. That is most important thing.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, welcome. Because now we have been speaking Bengali language. So while speaking Bengali language, we never focus on will the person judge me or not. We never think that, because we know that language is not just about grammatical things. Language is just about a medium of communication. If you are communicating with me, if you are making me understand whatever you are saying, that is language. If I'm able to make you understand, that is language. And one thing, lots of students do mistakes, thinking too much about grammatical mistakes. You need to understand English grammar is needed. I'm not saying that you need to forget, you need to no need to use grammatical structures, grammar, nothing. No. While communicating, while speaking, just not too much worried about your grammatical mistakes. If you are talking with me, if you are making grammatical mistakes, but still I'm understanding you, that is language. That time no need to think too much. Yes, obviously, as a person, you can make grammatical mistakes. You can make grammatical mistakes. Yeah, while reading, while writing, that time you have to read well. You have to write grammatically correct. But while speaking, like that, just you need to convey your message to the person. You need to make the person understand. That is enough. That is enough initially. And then it's a process. Learning has no end. So then you can obviously increase your skill, increase your fluency. You can enhance your communication skill. Obviously you can rectify all the mistakes, but it will take time. And if you start in the beginning to rectify your mistake, you can't start speaking. It will like a blockage. It will like a blockage. Like you need to flow. You need to let the water flow. You need to let the water flow in his way.
At first, when I joined this coaching, same situation I feel so much. But now I afraid, but not too much. Sometimes I afraid, like now I afraid because first day I conversation in live class, so I feel afraid.
Yes, obviously, when we start, we feel it's a common thing to get nervous, anything. But you need to understand, like, I'm doing for the first time, so it's obvious. So I need to break the ice. I need to overcome all the problems I'm facing, and I have to handle that. No one will come for you to do. You are the person, you have to do that, and you have to break all the problems and need to get rid from the problems. So for that, whatever you need to do that. You need practice. Do keep practicing. You need speaking, keep speaking. You need listening, keep listening. If you need writing, if you need watching movies, just do that. Don't think about the result, outcome. You know, we as a student also, we started thinking that I need a good mark, I need a good mark. No, I think you just need to set a target. Like, my target is to get 100% or 95% in exam. Though I can't say that because I was not a good student. So for me, 50% is enough. Okay. So like 95, 96 or 100 marks, just you need to set a target. At, at the end of the day, I will have to have 95% mark or 100% mark. And then you need to understand, for getting that mark, what should you have to do? You have to do practice. You have to study well. You have to follow your daily routines, schedules, so that you can get. So then keep practicing, keep following your schedule, routine, whatever you have said. Then ultimately your process will lead you to the success, to your target, like getting 95%, getting 100%. That is important thing. Always you have to set a target. You have to set a roadmap for achieving your goal. Otherwise you may get diverted, as I said, because if you don't have any goal or any target, you know what for you're gonna practice, what for? Every time you need a reason. You are learning English language, so there will be a purpose, there will be a reason behind that. And you want to be a doctor in future, so there is a reason. That's why you want to be a doctor. So for every action there will be a reason, and if you don't have any reason, you can't get that, you can't get the thing, whatever you want. No, you can't get that. So obviously there will be a reason. And one thing I would say, because we are getting late, so I have to finish this session as soon as possible. So before ending this session, I would say one thing, like never think about others, what they will gonna, say if you made mistakes. But like, I'm saying also, to my audience, because I was also facing the same problem when I started. I belong from a Bengali medium college, Bengali medium school, and I belong from a village. Most important thing, very dangerous. You know, if you are living in a village and you start learning English language, they will gonna say that he's Englishman. So like, they will mock you. Always they will make fun. So that time you have to you need to keep saying yourself that, man, I'm doing something good. That's why people are criticizing me. If you are not doing anything, who will gonna criticize you? No. When you feel that someone is criticizing you, that means you are doing something good or bad. Something you are doing something. That means you are doing something. Yeah, it may be good, it may be bad. Then you need to understand that, are you doing something bad? Are you doing something offense? No. That means you are on a right track. I always believe, if suppose if anyone is not criticizing me, that means I'm not doing anything. And if they are criticizing me, that means I'm doing something. So that's how you need to say yourself. You have to be motivated always, because self motivation is very much important, very needed. Okay. So these are the not advice, my own experience which I have learned in this way, and I'm learning also. So yeah, Mehnaz. So before ending this session, I want to know, as you said, this is the first time you have talked on any YouTube channel or on any social media platform. So how was your feeling?
I'm so much happy. First time I afraid, but now I am happy with conversation, and it's enough.
Okay. Yeah, obviously this is the first time, getting nervous, or you have spoken well, like as you said, for 2 months you have been practicing. So in 2 months, it's a great achievement. I would not say that you become a good speaker, a fluent speaker. Like, But no, I'm also learning. I'm also trying to enhance my skill. I feel like no the reason also why I started making this session, because if I can upload a video on communication, that means I can also improve myself. I can also learn something when I'm communicating with you. So I'm also improving myself. I'm also elevating my skill. So that's the reason, that's the purpose why I started. I thought, yeah, I should start, this communicational videos. After watching lots of videos, I feel that, yeah, I need to start, because so that I can also improve myself. I can also measure my skill day by day. I can watch my videos, I can listen, and then need to understand how should I develop, how should I add something. So this is very important thing. This is the purpose why I started. So yeah, so thank you, Mehnat. Thank you for like coming. Thank you for communicating with me. And it's, I think it's very interesting communication. I just like a lot. This communication. I hope our audience will gonna love this conversation and can help their, they can learn something. They can they will gonna get something for their communication. So thank you again. And
Welcome, sir.
yeah, if you want to say
And
something.
I want to say thank you so much for giving your valuable time for me.